Hello everybody. Today I want to talk to you about how Pentaho's Data Access Wizard can help you quickly prototype your data for analysis. So Pentaho can quickly and easily enable you to build out a prototype. This gives you the ability to build reports, analysis, and dashboards for end user feedback. That way you can see whether you have met their goals or not. This ability will enable you to respond more quickly to your end users' requests, create more of a team approach to providing analytical solutions, shorten your analytical projects time to market. In this example, we are going to connect to an existing sales data warehouse. Let's go ahead and check that out. Here I'm logged into the user console, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new data source. When I create the new data source, we're going to call this a sales data warehouse, a sales prototype. And then we're going to select our source as a database tables. I've already set up a connection to our data warehouse. So we're going to create both reporting and analysis. Click next. And here are my tables. So it automatically gets my tables for me. Then I'm going to select which tables I want to use to create my metadata and select my fact table. Then I'm going to click next, and now I'm going to do my joins. So here I'm going to join customer key on customer key, create that join. And then I'm going to select my location key, create that join. And now I'm going to do this 2 more times to connect the rest of my tables, product key and product key, create that join. And lastly, we're going to do that to our time dimension table. Time key and time key, create that join. Now I can go ahead and click finish, and what the Data Access Wizard does for me automatically is it creates my metadata model underneath the covers. Once it's done creating and updating this model, it's going to give me the option to either use the default model it created, which is a best guess scenario by profiling the data, or it gives me the option to go ahead and edit that model. In this particular example, what we are going to do today is we're going to choose the option that allows us to edit this model so we can do some further manipulation of the model. So we're going to customize the model and click OK. When we customize this model, we notice we have 2 metadata layers, one for reporting and one for analysis. Let's focus on our analysis. Now what it does is to build this model, it looks at all of our numeric values and puts them down as measures. Now let's go ahead and change this. We're going to delete the customer key. We don't want that. The location key, the product key, and let's also do the time key. Additionally, it automatically created my dimensions. Notice that it noticed that we had geography dimensions, and it automatically created a geography hierarchy for me. Additionally, I may want to drag other options in there. So for example, I may want to bring over deal size as a hierarchy, and I may also want to bring over status as a dimension as well. Now I've made those changes, and onto my sales, I may want to change the default format to show currency as well. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now what's happening is that same process that when we originally created the model, it's going back and editing that model and making the appropriate changes and saving it to the server for us so we could use automatically. Once this is ready, then we are ready to go ahead and build content. And it really is that simple to connect Pentaho to your data. The first piece of content, what we're going to do is we're going to create content under some new analysis. So we're going to click new analysis. In this example here, we're going to build a geo map showing our sales. So when I'm building this geo map, we're going to take a look at our sales across different countries. And we're going to choose a sales prototype, which we just created. Click OK. And now you'll notice here that I can drag over country, and we want to take a look at sales. And then I want to do this in a geo map. And there we go. And I may want to change the layer to show Google Streets. And then we can go ahead and save this. But before we save that, let's create a new solution folder. And we're going to call this one a new prototype. And click OK. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save this to our new solutions folder, a new prototype. We're going to call this GeoMap. Click OK. Now that we have our GeoMap built, what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to create a product trend. So let's go ahead and create another new analysis. And we're going to select that same data source that we just created. And here what we're going to do now is we're going to build a line chart. To build this line chart, let's use year and quarter. So for example here, we'll drag over the year and we'll drag over the quarter. And then what we want to do is do it by product. So the series we're going to do is product. And then the measure, what we're going to do is our sales. So here we see our sales trends for across the different product lines. So let's go ahead and save this as sales trends and click save. Now let's go ahead and build two more reports. And I'm going to go ahead and do another new analysis, use our data type. And we're going to build a product sales and quantity distribution. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to build a scatter plot. And this scatter plot allows us to compare two different measures. In this particular, we're going to look at sales. And then we're also going to look at quantity. And we're going to look at this by product code and territory. So we're going to bring product code and color by territory. And so what we can see here is we have a scatter plot where we can find outliers within our data. Let's go ahead and save this. And we're going to save this one as our product sales and quantity distribution. Product sales and quantity distro. Select save. And then the last thing what I want to do is I want to show our order status allocation. I'm going to build one more chart here. And again, these could all be requirements that our business unit is coming to us looking for, building a dashboard. So in this example here, I'm going to take our order status and I'm going to look at our sales. And let's go ahead and filter out. We want to exclude a shift. We don't want to look at those items. And then let's make this into a pie chart. So there I have my pie chart. And let's go ahead and save this as order status allocation. Order status allocation. And save this. And now let's go ahead and build our dashboard really quickly. So I'm going to select the new dashboard. And I'm going to use my default template here as a 2/2. And we're going to use that existing content that we've built. We're going to bring over our order status allocation, put it in the top here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring over our sales trend, put it down here. We're going to put our product sales and distribution over here. And then let's go ahead and bring our GeoMap and put it down here. And now what I can do, I can go ahead and save this dashboard in my new prototype and call this prototype dashboard. And now what I've effectively done in less than 10 minutes is I've connected to my data warehouse, built my metadata models, and built some reports and the dashboard that now I can go back to my users with and see if this meets their needs. And again, I have a lot of functionality that we do within Analyzer. So for example, whether you're zooming in, selecting particular items that you want to look at. So if we want to keep only this selection and zoom into that, or whether it's drilling into a particular country and getting more detailed information about that country, you can do so as well. So that concludes this this portion of the demonstration, and I hope that you check out pentaho.com for further information. Thank you.